The police had found out that the apartment that Lee had lived in was not even under his name. That apartment belonged to a woman in her 50s who was also reported missing on August 2022. And upon researching, the police found out that Lee had using her identity and took a loan of 300 million won. Well, there might be some discrepancy here because there's one website it says it was 80 million, but this website it said 300 million. So let's just go with the 300 million because this is not the most important part. Let's not lose track here because the most important part is this motherfucker would kill people and use their identity, impersonate them to take a loan. And now let's talk about Miss A, the woman who was in her 50s. So Miss A met Lee when Lee was 31 years old. Now Lee's friends, they found this whole relationship thing very odd and bizarre. Because I'm not saying it's wrong, but there's definitely an age gap right there. So people would talk. So they were wondering, was it pure love? Was there a reason, a motive behind this? So the police asked Lee, where's Miss A? He said, I killed her. Where's the body then? Oh, I dumped the body into the Pedro River. This will be my last gift for you. That's what he told the police. He said, this is my last gift for you. So the police took him to the Pedro River and asked him, where did you dump the body? He pointed over there. Then the search begins. Bitch, they literally searched everywhere near the stream. They left no stones unturned, but there was nothing. They found nothing. After so many attempts of searching the body, the police just couldn't find anything. The reason why they couldn't find anything was because Lee was repeatedly changing his story. One minute he's like, oh, I dumped the body into the river. And the next minute he's like, you know what? I buried the body next to the stream. And at this point, it almost feels like he's taunting the police. Hey, I'm back. Yes, I did the other off camera. And I know I look crazy right now. I look like a crack whore. But trust the process because I'm here to serve you fabulosity. Okay, so let's go back to the story. The police also found 4 sets of DNA in Lee's apartment. Because how meticulous he planned everything, he approached the victims, then he killed them and disposed the bodies. Then he would impersonate them and trying to get a loan by using their identity. So the police just believe, oh, there are probably more victims, right? But unfortunately, the 4 DNA came out to be Lee Ki-yeon, the taxi driver, the girlfriend, and the girlfriend's acquaintance. And after Lee was arrested, the news spread across the internet and shook the entire nation. And additionally, people didn't even know what he looked like because there's a law in Korea where the criminals can decide, they have the right to decide whether they wanted to show their face to the public or not. So nobody knew what he looked like. And a lot of people only saw when he had the mask on. And they were like, that was before the netizens giving him the nickname of the parasite killer. So a lot of people, when they saw Lee Ki-yeon had the mask on, they were like, oh my God, he's so cute. Who is that guy? And a lot of people just call him the K-pop killer. And let me tell you how his face got revealed. It was when the police took him to the Paju River. When the police were searching the body, Lee Ki-yeon was staying in the car. So a paparazzi was waiting there for a long time. And he was just like waiting for the moment when Lee Ki-yeon took off his mask. And he did. And that's how his face got revealed because the paparazzi caught him off guard by taking off the mask and snapped the picture. After his face was revealed to the internet, it was a shit show. Netizens started doing their jobs, becoming a detective and solving mysteries. They were like, okay, now we know what you look like. Let's dig up what the fuck you did before. A CCTV footage started spreading around the internet on the night of Christmas. 5 days after the taxi driver's murder, Lee Ki-yeon was captured walking into a restaurant in Gyeonggi-do around 4:30 a.m. Y'all, Koreans, they never sleep. You know, there's a joke on the internet. They say like Koreans' blood is not actual blood, it's actually Americano. Why would they have the energy to go to a restaurant at 4:30 a.m. in the morning? How do they even do that? I don't understand. It appears that he was there to meet his friends. So he walked into the restaurant and sat down with a group of 5 guys, and they started talking, drinking, but 30 minutes later, the group of guys, they stood up. They walked out of the restaurant, leaving Lee to cover the whole bill. So after Lee took off the bill, he stormed out and started punching and arguing with the guys. It looks like it's something either happened inside or outside of the restaurant, right? And let me tell you what happened. Lee walked into the restaurant and he found a group of guys were sitting at the table and they were about to order some food, Korean barbecue, soju. So he approached to them. He was like, hey, I'm gonna cover your bills. I'm gonna pay for your food as long as you guys chat with me. Yeah, they didn't know him. That was the first time that they ever met Ikeon. After alcohol kicked in, Lee started flaunting his wealth. He was like, I am so rich. I inherited all the money from my parents after they passed away. And he even told the guys, he asked them, how much money does it take you to do anything? Even for murdering. And it was until then, these 5 guys were like, okay, this motherfucker is weird as fuck. Let's get the fuck out of here. And that's when they stood up and left the restaurant, leaving Lee to cover the bill. And Lee probably thought, okay, I am so nice to come up to you guys and pay for your dinner, and this is how you treat me? How disrespectful is that? That's when he got so pissed and he charged at the guys and he started punching. So obviously the police were called. In the police station, the police were like, do you know these guys? Lee was like, yeah, we're friends. We're just arguing. It's no big of a deal. But the guys were like, no, we've never met him before. This is the first time we ever encounter him. Like, what the fuck? Okay, I'm gonna go put some lashes on. I'll be right back. The netizens also found out that Lee had married twice. And there's wedding pictures of him on the internet. So here's the thing. Having a wedding is very expensive nowadays. Not only you have to pay for the venue, for the ceremony, and you have to pay for the food. Then you have to pay for the outfit for the bride and the groom. Everything costs money. And people were just speculating and wondering where the fuck did he get all of the money? And as a result, he was scamming people off of the internet. He had contacted with more than 380 people, and he had signed up more than 200 plus account on social media and dating apps. That's how he make the money. He just approached the victims and he scammed off of them. I don't even know how is this possible. How he had all the time and energy to execute everything, and imagine if he used that effort to do something good. That's some dedications right there. And later, there's a video came out of the surface. Well, in the video, he was torturing his own cat. He was dragging his cat into the swimming pool while the cat was just trying to resisting it. Because here's the thing, not many cats like water. I've never met a cat in real life that like water. It's always the internet famous cats. They got famous, they got viral because they like water. They're very well behaved while the owner was taking a shower for them. And why is this video matter, you asked? Because this video was taken right before he had killed Miss A. It was taken on August 2022. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because you can actually tell from his behavior he is not mentally well. Having a meticulous plan of killing the victims, approaching them, killing them with a blunt object and abandon the body, then living without a conscience and still leeching off of the victim and using their credit card to buy expensive things. Now, I'm not a psychologist, but from all these cases that I've studied before, he does present some sociopathic traits. A lot of netizens were speculating, well, this is not confirmed by the psychologist, but a lot of people were just speculating that he has Ripley syndrome. So basically, if you don't know what Ripley syndrome is, it's when somebody denies the reality and believes that the fictional world is real. It's almost like he just continuously weaves webs of lies and eventually he believes that the lies he tells. Because he was never rich. He didn't come from a rich family. His parents didn't leave him money. He didn't inherit money because his parents died. He just kept telling himself this and eventually he believes it. To this day, we still don't know where he had hid Miss A's body. The truth might come out one day, but not now. He pleaded guilty for killing Mr. B and Miss A. He apologizes in front of the camera, saying that he's sorry for the victim's family. Well, what the fuck is sorry gonna do? Is sorry gonna bring all the victims back? I don't think so. Is sorry gonna make all the victims' family sleep like a baby at night? I don't think so. And all the prosecutors were fighting for death penalty because the severity of the case that happened in Korea. But this just came out this year. In May 2023, Lee Ki-yeon was sentenced life in prison instead of death penalty. And there was total of 9 charges brought up against him. There was concealment of bodies, robbery, homicide, internet fraud, and forgery of documents, etc. And the court had also ordered a GPS-equipped ankle monitor for him to wear for 30 years. I don't even know, if he was in jail, does he still have to wear an ankle monitor? And that, my friend, is the story of the parasite killer, Lee Ki-yeon. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments. And as always, be safe, be vigilant, and take care.